What's up everybody and welcome back to an Idiot's Road to Glory episode number 111, and I appreciate that's 3 but it's also 111, so 111, and I didn't think we'd get to episode 11, never mind 111, I didn't think we'd get to 10k subs. I mean, this channel might have had 10k subs on it before I even started this series, but I never thought we'd get to 10k more than we had, never mind an extra 100k subs. I've just ordered my plaque for this channel, so obviously I've got that one for AJ3, I've got that one. Oh my god, it's so hard to do your finger. Wait, what? That one, it's so weird doing your finger in the camera lens. It's so, okay, it's really hard. I've got that one for my Andy Castell channel, which I haven't uploaded on in ages, and now I've just ordered another one of the new style of YouTube plaques for AJ Free Play. So thank you guys very, very much for the love on this series. Can't believe you guys are still watching it after 111. I can't believe I'm still making it after 111 episodes, never mind that. Little bit bloody mental, but I'm glad you are enjoying it, and I'm still quite enjoying making it, especially as they've just put loads of new stuff out on FIFA, so I'm getting into all of the good stuff. Right, so let's jump in before we go to stuff I did, and some of you guys were commenting about the fact that you enjoy stuff I did, and we're glad that it's back, so we've got a little bit more stuff I did, as I like to call it, in a minute. But first we've got comment of the day from Reese Burris, who said, should I sell one to watch Salah? I've already lost 20k coins. Now, without going into an economic stocks and shares lesson, that is a paper loss. You haven't lost the coins until you actually sell Salah. That's like when someone buys a Bitcoin for £1,000 and then the Bitcoin's worth £2,000. They're like, oh, I've made £1,000. And you're like, well, you haven't. It's not until you sell it. And then they don't sell it and it goes back down to 1,200 and now they've only made 200. But do you see what I mean? Like, you haven't actually lost the coins until you actually sell the Salah. The question is it going to go down in price more or is it going to go back up in price? Now, I have been a long-time believer of Team of the Knockout stages. Obviously, it is only still semi-final week of the semi-finals of the Champions League. We haven't quite got to the final yet. I can't remember last year when the Team of the Knockout stages came out. But Salah's now got a 92 and 93 rated player of the month above this card. Surely when Team of the Knockout stages comes out, he's going to get a 93 or a 94 rated Team of the Knockout stages, and then this card will be worth an absolute fortune. The only question is are they going to do it because Team of the Season's early this year? So that is the only problemo with that theory. But I personally am willing to hang on to him. I bought him ages ago. As you can see, he's played 300 games for me now, for 560k. I think he's worth about 490 at the moment. He was worth about 550 a week ago or something like that, so he's always up and down. Personally, I think he might get at least one more info before the end of the season anyway. I know this one doesn't get upgraded from the World Cup, so he's only got like 5 games left, I think, for Liverpool or something like that. But we have got that Team of the Knockout stage, which will hopefully upgrade him. And we've potentially got this Player of the Year, which we've obviously just seen the new Sessegnon one come out. So you might need a special Salah for that, and that'll drive him up in price as well. So I'm hanging on to him now, Reese, but it is of course up to you. But remember, it's only a loss when you actually sell him, so it's whether you think he's going to go up or down. So yeah, I don't know, basically, it's up to you. I don't want to tell you what to do. Speaking of that Sessegnon, let me know down in the comment section. I've got the world's itchiest nose today. What is wrong with me? Oh, my girlfriend's been sick for like a week. If she's made me sick, I'm going to be absolutely fuming. I've got the world's itchiest nose. Anyway, this Sessegnon, let me go back so you guys can actually see the card. Actually looks pretty sick. He's a left wing instead of a left back, but then I think that actually kind of makes sense. Is there a way that we can see his in-game stats? There is if I go to a concept of him and just plonk him. I'll just have a search for him. Where is he? Sessegnon, S-E-double-S. That's the wrong one. Oh, S-E-double-F. Is it Ryan? Wait, surely he didn't. Yeah, it is. Okay, he started off life as a 66 rated and he's now 87 rated. Look at his in-game stats: 94 sprint speed, 99 agility, 99 balance, 97 composure, 96 stamina, 95 short passing, 92 finishing, 90 attack position, 92 shot power. Whereas he's only got 77 interceptions, 73 marking, and stuff like that. So he's probably not particularly suited to being a left back anyway, but could actually make an insane left wing who gets moved to cam in game or something like that, or even just a super sub to come on a cam or up front. He would be absolutely quality. So I'm thinking about doing him, and let me know whether you think we should. I will show you guys the team that I have got to potentially trade into him. I just need to buy a few players for it. So it is this thing here. All these guys are first owner. This guy is untradeable, which is very, very nice, so you can get rid of him. This dude I got in a pack and I think is probably worth about 10k, something like that, so it doesn't really matter. Got a couple of red cards in there as well to bring the rating up, and one of them is from the championship, which is pretty good because we need some of them players. The only thing we need to do is buy Santi Cazorla, who costs about 3k coins. We need to buy a Seamus Coleman, who costs, that's his green cards, he costs about 1200, 1500, something like that. And then buy a Joe Hart, who costs bloody 8 grand, presumably from people doing that same thing as me. And putting an English defence from the championship. I mean, I already just had this guy in my club, and obviously this red one's first owner as well. And then using 82 Joe Hart to bump the rating up. So, should we spend 8 grand on Joe Hart to get this 87 Cessna? I mean, I think the answer is yes, because he just looks really good, doesn't he? To be honest with you. So let me know down in the comment section anyway, because whether I'll actually use him or not, I'm not too sure. We've got a couple of other things to do before we jump into stuff I did and then the actual topic of this video. So we have 350 coins for that. We'll have another 350 coins for that. Another 500 coins for that. So basically just getting free coins here, which is good because I played 33 games of FUT Champs this week to get to Gold 1. And actually, well, I made 1,000 coins doing it, but I had that plus 15 times 1,000 coin boost thing on that you get from the catalogue. So if I hadn't have had that, I would have lost like 13k because squad fitness has cost so much. But anyway, we've just got ourselves a Lasana Diarra, which is very nice, the FUT Swap, one of them. And we've also got the FUT Swap Jones. Nice. All right, so how many of them have we got now? I think it might be 7. Let me just quickly have a look. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so we've 1 away from being able to get 90 rated Ibra, who is someone who can be just cannon fodder for SBCs, and he's free, which is pretty good. And then there's still some more to come. In fact, let's jump in before we get to and I've been talking for like 6 minutes now, 7 minutes. Let's get to stuff I did, and then we'll come back to the topic of the video, which is the market crash. But for now, let's jump into some gameplay, trying to unlock another one of these FUT Swap cards, which will give me enough of them to get the 90 rated Ibra. Let's go. So we are in the daily knockout tournament, playing against Bob Stretini or BBW Bodajob or something. His team's sick anyway. Look at that. He's got Prime Rijkaard, Prime Ronaldinho, Prime Ferdinand, that Kaka SBC thing, the Griezmann you get for trading in one of every team. And he switched to 4-2-3-1 in game and basically just had an absolutely sick squad. So this is the first round as well. He was really good at FIFA, to be fair to the guy, and it was actually a very, very even game. We had the first couple of half chances, I suppose you could say. Sterling running down the line, gives it into Rooney, and then I went for a long shot with David De Gea in goal, is doing absolute bits, and I let it roll out for a corner. So we had the first two, those were the first two couple of sighters for anyone, either of us in the game, and then we whipped in a corner and Salah got his head on it, and again De Gea was there to save, unfortunately. So I was feeling reasonably confident. I didn't feel like I could just easily break him down, and I was again going for a kind of pot shots. Matic just got some pretty good long shots and shot power, but again, that one was a reasonably comfortable save with De Gea. The first couple were pretty good saves. That one was very, very comfortable. And it was just sort of a feeling it out, seeing what's going on, in trying to do skills of Ronaldinho. He did that one pretty good, to be fair. I don't know what the first touch was, but Alaba stepped in, give it off to Sterling, and then we're just going to try and keep the ball and pass it around quite nicely. Henry up front was kind of getting bullied a little bit in this game. By his bye, but that just happens normally, and that's sort of like a 50-50 thing. By his Prime Ferdinand, ridiculously so. Bit of a dodgy pass by myself with Boateng there. It was definitely a pass I could have made watching the footage back, but I needed to make him take a touch with his right foot first. And then a little bit of shaky defending, and his 92 Griezmann smashes it off the bar with his first chance. So we had a couple of half chances, but he got the first really good shot on goal in the box, and his Griezmann obviously finished it off because he's absolutely ridiculous and made it 1-0. Luckily for me, we get very jammy with Valencia tackling Ronaldinho, but him coming back and almost getting the ball off us. And then we just play a nice 1-2 with Henry. Rooney plays the pass straight through, and I was going to shoot, but I serious stuff this in it. We're trying to get Mendy. I'm scoring a tramp goal. Henry probably would have finished it off 9 times out of 10, but I was making sure 10 out of 10 and tramping it to Raheem Sterling. So yeah, that was how the game went. I can't remember what that guy's other shot was. I showed you my shots on target. That guy, well, I mean, his shot off target was the one that went in, to be honest with you. So it was a very close game. As you can see there, me talking about Henry getting bullied by Ferdinand. Ferdinand didn't even touch the ball. He sort of just pushed Henry out the way, and he's like, "That's my ball, mate. See ya." but we get very, very lucky here. I mean, I say lucky, we worked the space very nicely and it fell to Rooney, and once again this guy's David De Gea is playing out of his skin. It's probably me being a little bit biased, but I mean, Wayne Rooney should have been finishing that anyway, and then the luck came in with the fact that Salah was following up and managed to turn in the rebound. So that is a tramp goal and a rebound goal for us so far. So I mean the tramp goal was pretty well worked, to be fair to me. The rebound, that was a bit jammy. Rooney should have scored, he didn't, but whatever, we finished the rebound. This guy scored actually a decent goal as well himself there. Nicely worked. Again, pretty terrible defending from myself. Couldn't switch fast enough. My brain was going a little bit slow to the players in the middle to, I can't remember who he played it across to, but Salah was sort of lurking on the edge of the box. I should have changed to him and put more pressure on, and I just didn't. So that made it 2-2. And then, like I said, the game was just ridiculously close. Coming into the 87th minute we are now, and I'm still pushing forward, keeping hold of the majority of the possession and just passing it around. As this guy was trying to catch me on breaks with some skill moves and stuff. He's really good at skills actually and dribbling. He was actually a nice guy, messaging me after the game, but a bit of a dodgy pass out from him allowed Matic to pick it up. And then we're back on the attack. Petit plays it into Heung-min Son. Son into Salah, makes the run, empty in the box. I mean, what more can I do? This guy's David De Gea was having the game of his life. That save was ridiculous, and that was in the 90th minute to just win the game essentially and go through, but unfortunately we are jumping into extra time. You can see there he had one extra shot in the second half, whereas we had that blatant one-on-one. Should have bloody scored. And then again, we got back to the usual business after half time. Me with the pressure on and trying to score edge of the box sort of stuff. We had a 1 or 2, as you just seen, Son chances actually in the box, and him trying to catch me on the counter attack like this. Probably should have scored there with Lozano, but Farman got down well. And I don't know what Valencia was doing letting the ball roll out for a corner there, but it properly annoyed me, especially because he then went and scored this from it. Not the back heel with Fellaini, that 5'9" Arias scoring a header from 20 odd yards out, jumping against 6'2" Thierry Henry. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know why Valencia let the ball roll out for a corner. I was pushing the stick right to make him take his first touch, not out for a corner, but instead it made him just run right and ignore the ball. Yeah, I don't know. That was 3-2 in extra time, and he was again catching me on counter attacks, but luckily this time Farman steps out and just catches the ball nice and easily, throws it out to Mounier, who I've just subbed on, and he's got full fitness compared to his right card there, as you can see. So I was like, alright mate, see you later. I'm just going to sprint past you. Same deal with Sané, who I've just subbed on, and Rio Ferdinand. We just sprint past him. Henry steaming in back post. There's the header, straight at the hair. But we just got then score the jammiest rebound of all time. So a game full of absolutely ridiculous goals, basically. Again, Henry should be scoring that. This guy's De Gea is playing insane, but we get very lucky scoring a rebound. This one's even more lucky. Watch how Son tries to finish this. Like, look at this. This is perfectly stood up for Henry. He's running high. Son went for the left corner, or I think it's that way to you guys on the video, and it bounced off De Gea and went in the other corner. So that was incredibly jammy in the 120th minute, basically, to take this game to extra time, to penalties even, sorry, I should say. Yeah, if only you could have finished the other one so jammily like that. But this is FIFA. Unfortunately for me, Lozano with no stamina is still faster than all of my team, and he smashed it in the 120th minute to score a kickoff goal and knock me out of the daily knockout tournament. Yeah. Feels so bad. I mean, it was just a game filled with absolute rubbish, to be honest with you. I scored two deflections that should have been finished but weren't. He scored, and then we did finish them off. And then he scored a kickoff goal, a 20-yard header with a 5'9" right back against a 6'2". Oh, I don't even know. I don't even know. It was an absolutely crazy game. I scored a tramp goal. He scored one off the bar with Griezmann. His other goal was pretty good. My first goal, my tramp goal was pretty good, to be fair. So basically scored one half decent goal apiece. And unfortunately, the luck of the green went to this guy. He was very good at FIFA, and he was very frustrating to play against, especially with his Vieira and his prime right card in CDM. He was incredibly hard to break down. Like, how's Rooney not finishing that? That's just stupid. But yeah, anyway, a little bit frustrated. We missed out on the Mendy in the first round. I was a little bit salty about the fact that my farmer made 5 saves and his De Gea made 11, but some of them, as you guys seen, were long shots. And some of his De Gea saves were, well, 2 of his De Gea saves were then finished off anyway, so it didn't really matter. So a very, very even game, as you can see from the stats there. Let's just jump back to live, where we do still need to go and win that Mendy. So I'll have some more of that tomorrow. I'm going to wait until the people come home from school and work, basically, and it's a little bit easier. I'm not playing super teams like that because that guy's team was sick and very, very hard to play against, because he was also very good at FIFA. He's also a really nice guy actually as well. He dropped me a message saying GG, and then I was like, let me show you. He was like, GG, I was like, I hate FIFA. He was like, yeah, me too. He said there was a joke, and then we were just talking about Arias being 5'9", and how all of my goals were rebounds as well, so it was just a pretty mental game all around. He's like, yeah, a 20-yard header with someone who's 5'9", and then I just told him to let me know how he gets on in the rest of his games. His thing's called YouTube actually. I don't know if he's actually a YouTuber, but maybe I'll try and get in touch with him and find out if he goes on to win the tournament, because he's a very good player. And if he does, with it being so close, it gives me confidence that I can go on and win it myself and get that Mendy. So, also, thanks to all you guys who send messages. I did choose to reply to them, mostly just with emojis like this guy. But I used to do it when I was playing Foot Champs, and now when someone paused it. Whereas now, if you press the Xbox button when you're playing Foot Champs, so apologies for that. We can't do that anymore, but shout out to all you guys dropping me really nice messages on here. Let's jump in then to what the topic of this video is actually about, which is the market crash coming for Team of the Year. Team of the Year has been confirmed for the 27th of April, which is 9 days, which means that it is a week on Friday. So that means the market is kind of taking a bit of a battering, but obviously SBCs still keep it a little bit crazy. So it's not the middle of the range players that you still trade in for SBCs, like, I don't know, Miranda and Rakitic and stuff like that. It's the big players that are crashing in price. For example, some of the icons that you can get are now absolutely ridiculous, and it's making me reconsider my team. Like, it's not even just baby icons. You can pick up Larson, Prime Larson, for under 700k. You can pick up, when I find them, well, let's have a look at this one. You can pick up Prime Laurent Blanc for under 700k. You can pick up, where is he? We can pick up Baby Rio Ferdinand for under 400k, which is just bloody stupid as well. There's so many good cards knocking around. The one that I was most surprised about is one of the cheapest primes that is actually good. Luis Hernandez is under 500k. He's under 600k. It's like 550 you can pick him up for if you get the right ones. Like, this one's not selling for 579. Pretty mental for a card with stats like that. Like, look at his record for other people. He's got 92 pace, 89 dribbling, 88 finishing, 860 games, 860 goals. Pretty bloody mental for 500k. So it's made me kind of reconsider my team a little bit, but it also made me sell all of my players. Because whilst the middle of the range players aren't going down massive amounts, when Team of the Season comes out, they 100% will be. So in fact, I don't know why I'm showing you this bit, because I've sold them all. I've basically got nothing left in my club if I show you guys. We're almost there. So we've obviously got my loans, which are a pain in the bum and just in the way. We've then got my team, like this Petit. I bought him for 324. He's worth like 260k now, which is nuts. This Matic, I bought for 90. I think he's worth 75, so it's not too bad. We've talked about Salah. Sterling's actually gone up in price because it got confirmed that he's going to get turned into, well, not confirmed because the squad hasn't been announced, but Sterling's going to go to the World Cup and he'll get changed into one of them, what's it called? Path to Glory live icons. I don't even know what to call it. You guys know what I mean, where they're actually going to get upgrades throughout the World Cup. This card's still about the same price because it's a FUT birthday. It's not really in packs anymore. And then we've got my team, and I think I got to the 80 rated basically, so I sold everyone above 80 rated in my club, and I still need to go through and sell/discard all of these, and then we've got the non-rares as well. But if I show you my transfer list, we have got sales of Payet for 6k, Khedira, Perrin, Hradecki, Martial, Yaya Toure. There's loads of them basically, and these cards, whilst they kind of hold the value at the moment because people are still doing SBCs, when Team of the Season comes out, Immobile isn't going to be 13k because there's going to be umpteen million Immobiles that are going to get packed. It's probably going to go down to about 9,000 coins, and then when Team of the Season finishes, it'll go back up as the market becomes unsaturated. So I've got rid of them for now, shipped out all of my stuff. And yeah, wait, did I start to do... Oh, I know what I did. I did actually go through all of the rare players, but I only sold the ones that were worth like 1,000 coins. And the rest of them are just like discard value, so I thought I can discard them whenever I want, so I may as well just keep them, and if they come into an SBC or go into a marquee matchup or something, I can sell them while they're ridiculously inflated. So, for example, Maximovic is only worth, Like, he just doesn't sell for like 1,000 coins. He's worth like, he doesn't even sell for 800. He's worth like 650, 700 coins. And I thought there's no point selling him because I can just discard them for that whenever I want. May as well keep all of them, and you never know, he might go into a marquee matchup or something like that. So that was my logic with them. But if you guys have got any big players sort of just sitting in your club, I think I accidentally removed a page from my transfer list where I had like Ozil and stuff like that I'd sold. This is in rating order, isn't it? Yeah, I accidentally pressed LT. Oh, okay, I didn't do that because that gets rid of all of them. Well played, Andy. I accidentally removed those. I sold them for like 40k, whereas when Team of the Season comes out, he's obviously going to go down in price. Right. This is then to carry on with the conversation of market crash and the fact that you can now get crazy stuff for crazy prices. Let me on to where do we go? Squad. I've obviously got 350k, and like I said with comment of the day, I'm waiting for Salah to go back up in price from his team in the knockout stages before I sell him. But assuming we just get 500k for him, that gives us 850k to improve our team. So, you can actually buy the majority of prime icons for that, which is pretty stupid. Even up to the point of you can almost buy Rio Ferdinand's prime icon for that price. That he's under 1 million coins now, which is pretty nuts. So, yeah, it's ridiculous. So I'm trying to think, how do I make different teams? How do I go about this and maximise my coins with the fact that, especially during Team of the Season, prime icons are going to go down in price even more as everyone's packing them and selling them to buy Team of the Seasons and stuff instead. And it's like, it's making me wonder what I should do with my cards, what I should do with my coins. And one of the things I was thinking is what should I do with all of my foot swap players that I'm going to be getting. So obviously we want to get this Koke because he's 87 rated for just 4. And we want to get this Ibra because he's 90 rated for 7, which is good for trading in for SBCs. Rather than going for 191 Sanchez or 91 Modric, I think I'd rather have 2 of the slightly lower rated ones, but can be used more effectively in SBCs. So basically, what I'm thinking of doing is when I get hold of these loan swap foot things, whatever the bloody hell you want to call them, it's picking up after playing that guy, a prime Rio Ferdinand. So this 87 rated squad here, using my Milinkovic-Savic, who I never use, Schweinsteiger and Pirlo, plus all of these guys, I think it costs me about 150k worth of players to do the 87 rated squad. I can then do the 86 rated one again for about 100k using the Koke here and the Ibra, obviously having to buy the rest of these guys. The 85 one I can almost do for free by trading in all of my red cards. Obviously I can't trade in Milinkovic-Savic twice, but it probably isn't wise to do this because I'll probably get SBCs that require them at the end, so I should probably keep the higher rated ones. But we could, what am I getting at is we could essentially almost do that squad for free. We've then only got an 84 rated ones and then these ones which cost like 6k coins each. And obviously we would have to trade in our Thierry Henry. So that would get us a prime Rio, which is pretty mental. That'd be our first prime icon, and it'd get us for about a few 100k, maybe like 200,000-300,000, something like that, which isn't particularly bad considering it costs 900,000 to buy. Obviously it's all of my untradables basically gone, but that's the 350k that I've got there, and that would bring in probably instead of buy, so we'd have prime Rio Ferdinand here. It would obviously open up a spot for Thierry Henry, but we could bring in that Sessegnon and play in Cam, and maybe get a prime icon to play up front, sell Salah and put Willian Cam, and then buy a Hernandez or something to play striker. So there's lots of interesting different ways. I think, did I actually design a squad? Let me have a look. I did. It's here on Footbin. I'll grab you guys a picture and pop it in the video. So I can afford this. If I sold my Salah and did the Rio SBC, I could actually afford to get this squad, I think, which is pretty mental. Obviously, I'd have to sell my Alaba and my Petit, trade in my Henry, but we'd have Prime Hernandez playing striker with Lozano and Sessegnon as the wide cams, Rooney in the centre still, Patrick Vieira and Matic CDM, Rio Ferdinand centre-back, Alexandro Bailly, Valencia and De Gea. Pretty mental. Obviously, we need the foot swap cards, and it would be much cheaper to do it during a upgrade for the screen cards as well, whenever the next one of them comes around. So something to think about. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously I haven't even got this Sessegnon yet, so that's the first port of call, is to get him and see if he's actually any good and worth using. But if he is, interesting things could be done with this team. That Lozano's broken. He's probably going to get a team of the season. That'll only cost a couple $100K as well. So it might be worth picking him up at some point too. For now though, I'm going to leave that video there. If you guys have got any big players chilling in your club, it's probably a wise idea if you're not using them to sell them, because they're going to go down in price. And if you want to really maximise your coins, what I could do is sell... I mean, I don't really have any. Most of mine are like random players, so there's never going to be any more FUT birthday Alabas in packs. He's probably not going to go down in price too much. It's literally just when people sell them to free up coins rather than loads of them coming out of packs. Boateng will. He's 50k. He's probably already gone down. I mean, Foreman's basically worthless anyway. Petty's already started to go down. Matic isn't really going to come out of packs anymore. But he's still going to go down with people freeing up coins, but it's not like people are going to go and pack a million man of the match Matiches during team of the season and just ruin his price. Same goes for all of my players really, so I don't really have them, but if you've got like a team with normal Ronaldo and normal Messi or something, you might want to think about selling them and just leaving them, playing without them for a couple of weeks until team of the season crashes their price and buy them back when they are very cheap. That's again something we could do. Pick up a Cristiano Ronaldo instead of Henry to go left wing. Once if we trade Henry in for Ferdinand, we could pick up a Cristiano Ronaldo during team of the season and his price crashes. I don't know, let me know what you think down in the comment section, but for now that is where we're going to leave this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you very much for all of the support, like I said, and we've got another 100k plaque on the way, which will probably have to go here, because we got, oh my god, I'm so bad at this, we got plaque, 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 so it's like sort of symmetrical, I don't know. Let me know what you think with that. There's so many questions for you guys. I'm just going to leave the video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.